Positive energy all the time. Good to see you all. I hope everybody's doing great. Rep your city, rep your city. We got Dallas in the building, got Concord in the building, Indianapolis. To everybody on my Facebook, Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. I am representing Chicago, Illinois. White Flames, he's representing Chicago, Illinois. We got Lotta, South Carolina in the building. We got San Jose in the house. So everybody rep your city, rep your city. Rep your city. Got Pittsburgh in the building. The beautiful Sharon is here. Hi, Sharon. Cutie pie. I'm kind of on the warpath tonight, but I'm going to try to keep it as cool as possible. I'm seeing some behavior on this social media that I'm not really liking. Now, this Dr. Umar, he's constantly stepping on FBA. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Because he's not FBA. So now he wants to start a movement. This DACA. Or DAFA, I think it is. DAFA. Just to step on FBA. Now, I'm going to say this throughout this live stream. Dr. Umar promised black people in the United States he was going to open a school. And he's collected a lot of money. Some people say up to $2 million. But he has not fulfilled his obligation to open the school. So my question is, why are all these black podcasters constantly interviewing him when he's taken his own people's money and has not filled his obligation? So it's looking to me that these podcasters are condoning his business practices and his behavior. And I'm kind of sick of it. So this is what I want you to do. Anywhere you see him being interviewed, go over there and ask and write in the comments, why are you interviewing him when he has not fulfilled his obligation to open the school? Because none of these interviewers press him on that. And it's like they just got him over there to get views and they don't care if he's cheating the community. I can't say he's cheating the community, but he hasn't fulfilled his obligation, and it's been years. There's nothing in that school. There's no curriculum. There's no teachers. There's nothing. Yet these people keep interviewing him, right? And so if that's the, we'll shut them down. Listen, we're going to have to boycott these people that's interviewing him. We're going to have to start making videos about them and dragging them too. They're not going to get away with condoning this man while he's got all these people's money that tied up for years and he haven't done nothing with these people's money. People have sent Umar money when their children were little and their children is almost grown. Their children can't even go to the school. They might have gave him money thinking maybe my son could go to the school. Your son 8 years old, now your son 18. And these podcasters keep on interviewing him, and let him talk about all kind of foolishness, but don't press him on what's up with the school, which means these podcasters are sellouts. They are sellouts. They do not represent the Black community. They do not care. And go out there and put pressure on them. I'm going to be on every one of them asking them, why do you keep interviewing this man when he hasn't fulfilled his obligations to the community? And you ain't pressing him on it. And if you don't get it together, I'm going to press you. Okay? That's to all you podcasts if you're watching that. You want some smoke, it's going to be smoke over this. That's a fact. Because I'm sick of it. You let him sit up there and filibuster and talk about everything but them people money and call yourself bringing the facts to the people. There is no way Umar could come on this channel and talk about nothing until we talk about where is the money for the school and where is the school and are you going to give people their money back? Because there's a certain period where you need to return that money. You have not fulfilled your obligation. It's not for you to decide how long you want to take, okay? Now, I don't believe in snitching, but the IRS could be called on him. This is for real. The Black community got to stop letting our own people rob us. Now, if he won't do nothing, the authorities need to go in there and find out what's going on. And that's just what it is. This ain't about no crime or nothing. So yes, call the IRS. Yes, enough is enough of him. He want to play, let's play. You wanna now try to sidetrack FBA and jump into something, want to start another, but you haven't even opened up the school? Man, listen, I've been out the way. But I'm 68 years old, and if I don't get on this neck, who is? I'm putting it out here right now. Umar, I'm finna be on your head directly. And listen, if you watch me, Umar, do not play with me, okay? I'm not Sarasun Seti. I'm not none of them. Don't play with me. You either get that school open or you return them people their money. And don't you talk about nothing else until you get that damn school open. Talking about everything around the world, but took all them people money and never talk about the school. And these podcasters sit there and let him do it. And I'm going to do a video and I'm going to name every podcaster in the video. Because they bogus too. They bogus, they foul. They foul. You know that people got their money tied up. You know he ain't fulfilled his responsibility, but you keep on interviewing him like nothing happened. And if I got to put each podcast in a title, I'll do that. From street stars to whoever. I will do a video on every podcaster, everywhere he does an interview. I will do it. I will do a live stream about your channel, allowing that man to not fulfill his responsibilities. Because this is becoming egregious. This is becoming terrible. This is a bad look for the black community that man took all that money all these years. School still ain't open, and so-called black podcasters and black YouTube channels that claim they represent the community don't press him about the people's money. They just sit there and make money off of interviewing him. So they just into the for themselves. They don't care nothing about the community. They don't care nothing about the community because they're supposed to say, nah, bro, I don't want to interview you until you get that school open. No, they're like, we'll interview you and make money. Yeah, we got Umar here. Likes, clicks, pay us. Man, that's foul. Let that man come on your channel and say he going to start some group, but he ain't finished the school. And you sit there talking to this man. I just seen some light-skinned bro. What's his name? It's Up, I think it's called. Yeah, he's sitting there talking to Umar. Ain't asked him nothing. I mean, I kind of like the brother's channel, but I'm kind of not really happy the way he functioning. And he ain't the only one. He just a straw that broke the camel's back. Art of dialogue to all of them. Go over there and troll all of them. And ask them, where is their responsibility to the black community? Where is it? This is getting ridiculous. Seriously. How long are we going to let that man run around and don't fulfill his responsibilities? For another 10 years? Running his mouth? Bouncing around everywhere on somebody else's money? How long are we going to let him get away with that? How long? How long are we going to let Umar run around? He done collected all that money and not fulfill his responsibilities, running his mouth. I got PTSD. I could not be in a room with him. I got to talk to him from a distance. I can't be in a room with him. It's been 8 or 9 years, maybe 10. Somebody look it up and let them know how long when Umar first started collecting that money. The brother Leonard, if you go and watch this brother named Leonard, he been keeping up with it. But I mean, this is ridiculous. I just keep seeing him doing interviews. Nobody asked him, where's the money that you took from the black community? Which means they sellouts. They don't speak up for their own people. They sellouts. Now I got to go troll them and say, why you over here cooning and selling out and ain't asked that man, when is he going to open the school? They is basically aiding and assisting him to stay out here and not do what he got to do. I'm telling you, if you interviewed him, you are aiding and assisting him and not fulfilling his responsibility to the black community. That's a fact. And real talk, on some street, if it was some street stuff and you did that, it would be smoke. But you get to get away with it because they don't represent the streets. That's what a lot of these podcasts claim. Are you so streeted? Where in the streets can somebody rob everybody or allegedly rob everybody and you can be their friend? Where they do that at? Where? I'll ask any of them. So if he took your money and didn't pay you and I knew it, you'd be comfortable with me interviewing him and never asking about your money? You know, it's time for FBA to turn it up. We got to apply more pressure. And we got to apply a lot of pressure to everybody that interview Dr. Umar. If they don't ask him what's up with the school and don't press him and don't cut him off until he get that school, we got to apply pressure. They got to go on the list too. They go right on the list with him. If he is a scammer, everybody that's interviewing him and ain't making him stand up is scammers too. Every last one of them. Every last one of them is in on the crime. 2014, 12 years. And they still interviewing him. And they talking about everything other than where is the people's money. But you claim to represent the people. Man, listen, when the sun come up in the morning, it's gonna be smoke. From me, it's gonna be serious smoke. It's gonna be smoke. They're gonna be talking about me all over the internet because everybody getting a title. Each podcasters. Why are they in? Why is this one interviewing Umar? They'll see it. And we can do it any kind of way they want to do it. Any kind of way they want to do it. I'm prepared. Yeah, but the thing is, these people is interviewing him, and they know he ain't fulfilled his responsibility, and they don't ask him nothing. And they know they claim to be black people. All these podcasters complain they with the black people. But this man got black people's money for 12 years, and they did nothing. And they still interview him like everything is cool. And he's probably make them say, don't mention the school when you interview me. And they do it. And then when the feds grab them, the IRS grab them, then they want to turn around and make a video about that, which I'm going to diss them again. And say, don't make no video about it. Nah, he ain't prosecuted. And they still making a celebrity out of him. Still interviewing him. It's disgusting. Like I said, I don't want to talk to him on the internet. He got to call me on my phone. If Umar want to talk to me, he got to talk to me on my phone so I can say what I want to say. Because what I want to say to him, I can't say on the internet. Because I might be saying a whole bunch of curse words and everything. He don't want to talk to me. And I'm damn sure finna stand on Chicago and let all the podcasts of Chicago know. Now that's a no. I can definitely shut down. I can shut down Chicago. That's for sure. I know some people that can go holler at the podcast, let them know, listen, this shut down with Umar. Yeah, that's a shutdown. I could do that. It's a shutdown. He can't come to Chicago and do no more podcasts. This is not a request. This is a demand. It's an order. I can do that, but I can't do all the other cities. But I got to find out who here, interview him, and I got to holler at him. Listen, dude can't keep coming here if he ain't got to people money. Now, if you disagree with me, then we'll put Umar on the side and then let me and you, then now me and you got an issue. We got an issue. We got an issue. Because you betraying your community. You're supposed to stand up for the people. You're not supposed to let the people get robbed and smile and grin with the robber, allegedly. I can't say he's a robber, but 12 years collecting money in no school, he appears to be a scam artist. For sure. And I'm just tired of seeing them. And then it's like, I get to the point where I start looking around, is anybody gonna do something? And then I'll be like, I guess it's me then. What's the point of me being 68 and don't go stand on his neck? And let him know, dude, sit your ass down somewhere and get the school open. All this flying around collecting money just because you blew all that money, because that's what it looked like. It looked like he lived off that money. And now he's living off of talking about nonsense, just from podcast to podcast, just talking about nothing. And he flying around talking, so he can't be trying to open no school when every time you look up, he on somebody's podcast. How he opening the school? He ain't opening nothing. It don't look like it, allegedly, possibly. How is he opening a school when he's always all over the country talking? Then he come back when ain't nothing going on, and he go into school and beg for more money. Come on, man. Man, listen. Now he wanna move in. We trying to have delineation. Now he going too far. Now he want to start another organization. Now he want to start another organization and step on FBA. And he didn't cross the line now. He's clearly an enemy of the people to me. To me, Dr. Umar is an enemy of Black people. Not just the FBA. All right, thanks, Robert. Because can't no Black people go to the school because it ain't open. And all kind of Black people probably gave him money. And they still interviewing them. But I'm going to get back to that. That was supposed to be my last subject, but that just got me steaming. That just got me steaming. Now he want to come out with DAFA, but ain't got the school open. I got a better organization for Umar, not DAFA. The F out of here. What about that organization? The F out of here. That's better. That's a better organization for Umar. The F out of here. That's a perfect name for him. Not DAFA. The F out of here. Dude, if you don't go sit down and stop running around scamming, and this is a bad look. Don't you know if these was Jewish people, they would have been slammed them? If these was white people, do you know they would have been locked them up? Do you know if these was Mexican people, if this was any other group of people, they would have been on his neck. They would have been protested him. Wherever he showed up, there would be a protest. Where is the school? I'm telling you, we the only ones sit back and let this man rob us and then talk a whole bunch of black stuff with everybody money that he didn't probably blew, but he's pro-black, but he can't get a school open. And now it look like he looking for another scam because he'll probably be asking for money for DAFA. Straight up. Straight up. And all these podcasts interviewing him. It's just crazy. The line gonna have to be drawn in the sand. Now, brothers like him and a lot of brothers that's not FBA and sisters, they don't like FBA. Yeah, them other communities, he'd be in prison. They'd been called the FBI and the IRS. They would have been called the authorities to find their money. Facts. They would call the police. They would call police. This man had my money. I paid him 12 years ago. And it still ain't no school. And I want my money back. I'm suing him. Because he did not keep his obligation. I'm suing him. He'd have a class action suit. So now we got all these other people, they don't like FBA. And the reason a lot of these black immigrants don't like FBA is the fear of the separation of the money. You see, we 50 million strong. So we pay that amount of taxes. So now if you come over here and you say you black, if they doing anything for black people, you can eat off our money. A lot of people don't understand that foundational black Americans is something we doing so we can go to the government and say we want to be separated. We don't want to be categorized with the other blacks so that our money and what we do can be counted and could be spent for us. We've been in this country since it's been started. And I should not have to share my money with nobody that just came in from the Caribbean for 2 years. Let them build up their own tax currency with the country, and then the country take care of them with whatever little money they donate. But to come over here and be black and then live off of all our contributions, and in many of the cases don't even like us, that got to stop too. We want to be separated. We don't want to be enemies, but we want to be separated civilly as far as a country go, legally. We want to be able to see what we're doing and be able to build for our community, and we really don't want nobody eating off our plate. You got to eat off your own plate. Because we don't have no friends. I know some brothers from Africa and the Caribbean that's cool, but they people ain't. As a group, they not cool. We don't have no allegiance with Africa, Jamaica, or none of them. There is no, all that talk unity, it does not exist. Because if we're the dominant black group in America, they supposed to get with us, if I'm not mistaken. If you came in from Africa, you came in from the Caribbean, you're supposed to holler at us. We're the dominant, we're the staple. You're the small group. We're not supposed to look for you. You're supposed to come into what we got. You coming into what we did. You coming into what we fought for. Dr. Umar wasn't here. He Cuban or something. His people wasn't here and built none of this. He's a Johnny-come-lately. That's why he don't respect FBA. Because it's a thing where, well, I'm not FBA, then the hell with y'all. That's the attitude that a lot of people got. We don't care what y'all do because we ain't included. And we never treated them like that because we could have did that then. We could have said, well, we don't care what you do. Because you are Ethiopian and I ain't included in none of your stuff. You understand? We're not included in nothing they got. They be black when it's convenient and back Ghanaian or Ethiopian or Jamaican or Trinidadian when it's convenient. They jump back. That's why we call it tethers. Because when it's convenient, they black. Then they whatever they are. And they be black when it's convenient. When it's convenient, we all brothers and sisters when it's convenient. I'm sick of that too. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of black immigrants using us. I'm going to keep it real. Black immigrants have been some horrible brothers and sisters. Horrible. And the continent of Africa is a damn disgrace. Because it's a whole continent with gold and everything over there. And look at Africa. Have they ever reached for us? Have they gave us one nugget of gold or anything? Have you seen one African leader in these modern times offer us a piece of bubble gum? That fake dude in Ghana offered us to come there for his money. How African gonna come here and tell me what I can do when he go outside, he can't tell me what I could do? This is what I got to say to all of them. If you can't come outside in Chicago on the block and tell me something, stop sitting on these podcasters trying to tell me something. If you want to tell us something, come outside and tell us. Things is changing. All that hiding on the podcast, come to Chicago on the block, come into a group of foundational Black Americans and tell us that then. Stop hiding on the podcast. That's what I got to say to all the Black immigrants. Say it with your chest. And the games is over. You got something to say? Come say it. FA and FO. Yeah, FA and FO. Because listen, you can't tell me nothing. I'm a baby, and I was born here in 1958. I was born before Black immigrants was here. There wasn't no Black immigrants here in 1958. So it sure wasn't none here with my daddy and my mama and my granddaddy and my grandmama and my great granddaddy and great mama. You Johnny come lately. You wasn't fighting for us to get on the buses. Nothing. You waited until we got on the buses and you came, and you never said, thank you, brothers and sisters, for everything you did for my Black ass to be able to walk around here. That go for all of you. All of the Black immigrants. Even my friends. I got some good friends, and I love them. I got some good friends from Nigeria. I got some good friends from Jamaica and stuff like that. But one thing about them, they don't check their people. The African Union ain't going to do a damn thing. What Tyreek don't need to go to Africa no more. Don't go to Africa. He shouldn't go there, or you shouldn't go over there anyway, because it's too many Africans beefing with him, and it's not safe for him to go over there. That would be my advice to him, bro. Stop going over there. Why are you dealing with FBA, and why are you standing on business with FBA? Until we get some international overstanding, just chill for a minute. That's what I would say. Just chill, because right now it's a battle. And until we get that battle won, just chill. We got to break the backs of the black immigrants. We got to break their backs. You know what I'm saying? Because it's up to them. It's up to them to come around. Because I talked to my African brother the other day, and we talked about this till 2 in the morning. And I was like, bro, listen. He wanted to know about FBA. I said, listen, bro. It ain't just FBA delineating. I said, bro, you ain't got nothing from Africa. I said, how is you coming from the most richest places in the world and you got nothing? You got nothing. We in America. We're not sitting on a bunch of gold and cocoa and all that. You from Africa. You're sitting on all these natural resources. You come here looking for help when you got all the stuff over there. So I said, so why you tripping over us rising up? The question is, why y'all ain't rising up? You know, to the African brothers, the Caribbean brothers and sisters, how you going to be mad at us for rising up when y'all ain't rising up? Y'all letting the people run over y'all. The Jamaicans, the Chinese, the Jamaicans don't run nothing in Jamaica. The Chinese run it. Africans don't run nothing in Africa. Nothing. Nothing. The Africans that got money over there, they getting their money. They getting that money through either the Europeans or the Chinese. They'll go there. They got places in Nigeria that's beautiful, where they filthy rich. But I will tell you this, when you go in the background and check where they got that money from, they got it from the powers that run Africa. That's where they got it from. Because other people run it. And I told her, while we delineate trying to unify, y'all brothers need to be continentally unified. Like, why is you beefing with FBA? When West Africans and East Africans, y'all ain't working together. That's what you need to be focusing on. He was like, you got a point, my brother. You got a point. I said, yeah, what is you over here? You tripping because we want to delineate. But Africa's supposed to be doing the opposite of what we doing. They supposed to be delineating as Africans. That's a fact. I told him straight to his face. I said, just like we saying we FBA and we specified, y'all supposed to stop being all that goofy shit in Africa and be Africans, because you got a continental problem. The brothers and sisters in Africa, you're not going nowhere until you unite in Africa. And you don't hear Umar telling Africa to unite. They telling us to unite with the Africans that ain't united. That's what Umar talking about. He want foundational Black Americans to unite with a bunch of divided Blacks. Do that make any sense? Do that make any sense? He talking to FBA like the Jamaicans and Trinidadians and Nigerians and all them is united already, and we the only ones they waiting on. That's how he talking. I would totally, Dr. Umar, I'm the only one that would totally shut Dr. Umar up. If he ever got on a platform with me, I would be the first person to totally embarrass him. And I let him know, you a little boy. Stay your ass in a little boy place. That's first off. Boy, this big Pharaoh, I was doing this before you was born, little boy. That's the first thing. You might be overweight, but you a little boy. When it comes to Pan-Africanism and black, you is a little boy. You was not here. You a damn Johnny come lately. You ain't nothing. Not to me. That dude ain't nothing to me. He's a little boy. He ain't nothing to me. All he is to me, Goshen, he's a con artist. He's a scammer to me, allegedly. He is a scammer. And he's wearing all them African clothes and doing all that stuff to scam. And that's why he won't go to Africa, because if he take his ass to Africa and scam, they'll skin him. He can't go to the Caribbean. He can't go nowhere with the game he running here. He is never going to leave here. Because once he leave here, the gig is up. Them brothers and sisters in Nigeria ain't going to honor him like that. Y'all think them chiefs in Ghana and them chiefs in Nigeria go honor Umar? They like, listen, man, my name Chief Ohufe. My daddy Ohufe won. My granddaddy Ohufe, you know what I'm saying? They really standing on business, boy. They got a long lineage of they Africans from a long time over there. They're not gonna let no Pan-African come over there and tell them nothing. They'll look at you crazy. They'll be like, you guys are Pan-African? No, we are Igbo. You know what I'm saying? They'll look at him crazy. He cannot take that Pan-African stuff to Africa. He can't do it. To go to Africa with that nonsense, they didn't give him citizenship. He bought it. Gotta not give him citizenship. You gotta buy that. He bought that citizenship. They were selling it. They were selling citizenship like 90 going north. I think at one time they was allowing you, they did give people citizenship because Ghana be scamming. So they did have a bunch of black people over to give citizenship, thinking everybody else would come over there and spend some money. It was a scam. The year of the return and all that was a scam. They made $10 million on the year of return. Because they know if you come to Africa, they know if 10,000 of you come to Africa, 100,000 a visit. They ain't gonna stay. They know they ain't gonna stay. But they're gonna get that tourist money. Because that dude that run Ghana is a bum. He's a bum. I'm a foundation of Black America. And if I had the big enough army, they would throw him out and make me chief in Ghana. Quick. They would love me if I could get him out of there. If I could get that bum out of Ghana, the Ghanaians would praise me forever. They do not like dude. Okay? Real, they can't stand him. You understand? They don't like him. And this is what I'm talking about. I don't see where I got no time to beef with no Africans, or I don't see where no Ghanaians got time to worry about me delineating when they over there ain't got oil, ain't got nothing that they need. They got their own issues. Why is that all on the internet? You see what I'm saying? They got their own issues in Africa. So for brothers and sisters in Africa to be like mad at us because we delineating, ain't you got stuff to do? That should be the furthest thing for their mind. If you ask me. What you look like you in Africa on the internet arguing with FBA. See, they hate dude. They hate dude. Now, what they look like getting on the internet mad at me because I'm delineating when dude is over there robbing the whole country. You know, the Africans need to concentrate on Africa and unifying in Africa. They shouldn't be worrying about what we doing. Why is you worrying about what we doing? And then how you gonna be mad because we delineate and you delineated? This is the sick thing about it. That people don't even know what delineation is. If you're a Ghanaian, that's delineation, man. So it's crazy. We want to be the same as Nigerians, as Ghanaians, as Ethiopians, and people mad. We got to be Africans. But the people in Africa don't got to be Africans. According to Dr. Umar, we got to be Africans. But he won't go to Africa and tell the Africans to be Africans. He said we got to have African in our name, but the Ethiopians is Ethiopians. They're not Africans. The Nigerians don't call themselves Nigerian Africans. He wants us to call ourselves Black Africans. But the Nigerians is Nigerians. The Ghanaians is Ghanaians. The Senegalese are Senegalese. Nobody got Africa on their name. And dumbass Umar say, we got to have Africa on our title. This is the type of not foolishness. And then nobody check them like I'll check them. I'll be the only one to say, name me one African country that call themselves African. Then he'll start, nah, bro, don't start all that fat man filibustering. We're not doing that, Umar. This is the big leagues. Answer the question. I'll answer it. Not one country in Africa call themselves Africans. As a matter of fact, a lot of the East Africans say they not Africans. Facts. Up there around Sudan, Somalia, Ethiopia, a lot of them say they are not Africans. That's a fact. Go look it up. They say I'm not African. They'll tell you that. Them light-skinned ones in East Africa, they say they're not Africans. That's a fact. So when you got Rastas talking about going to East Africa, Africa for the Africans, East Africans don't consider themselves Africans. They was mad at Haile Selassie for trying to make them all Africans. They ain't like that. They ain't like His Majesty. Rastas don't study either. They don't know nothing. They don't study. You got Rastas talking about Africa. Half of them people in Ethiopia hated His Majesty. They didn't miss His Majesty until the dirge, and they all got unalived after he left. After he left, and 2 million of them got unalived by Mengistu. That's when they like, oh, we made a mistake. They ain't like His Majesty. They don't like His Majesty in Shashamani. That's why the Rastas had to leave Shashamani. Because that's the aroma in Shashamani. And the aroma don't like Haile Selassie. We ain't going against the Africans. The white race helped the Ukrainians because the white race run the country. So you're not being realistic. Who run the country? White people, right? So you're saying why we don't help Africans the way Trump helped white people? Do we got the power Trump got? Listen, Donald Trump brought white South Africans here, right? Can foundational Black Americans bring Africans here? No. So your question you asked me is misguided because you asking some people on one level why we not like people on the other level. Let me ask you this. Why the Senate and the Congress ain't Black? Same question. Why the Senate and the Congress ain't Black? We not white, bro. So why you want us to do stuff like white people? The fact is that when they come here, they supposed to get with us, seeing that we the discriminated group. Jadon. Black Americans are the ones with the underbelly. Whites are the superior. Run the government, run the police. We don't. So Black's supposed to come here to help us deal with whites. How we gonna help you when we under white supremacy? So you talking like blacks and whites in America is the same. Why we don't act like whites in America? You don't know that answer? You really don't know why, huh? You really don't know why Black Americans can't bring no Black people here like Trump brought the South Africans. You want Black people to bring Black people here? With what diplomatic? Under what diplomatic situation? You say, does white Americans help the white Ukrainians? No, the United States government helped the Ukrainians. So you're trying to play with words. No, that's not white Americans helping Ukraine. That's the United States government helping the Ukrainians. There is no Black American government, okay? All right? All right? Is there a Black American government to help Blacks? Yes or no? Is there a Black American government that can help an African country like the white American government can help the Ukraine? Because you said white Americans help the Ukraine. No, Trump helping the Ukraine. Biden helping the Ukraine, not white Americans. White Americans is not helping the Ukrainians. The president is helping the Ukraine. So you're so busy, okay? You understand what I'm saying? So people want, but because we were the ones. Hold on. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's do this. When the Africans come here and the Caribbeans come here, they come in here. Does this say that Black people had power in this country? Because this don't look like Black people had no power. It looked like we fighting for power. So how you gonna compare us to whites that got the power and we fighting for the power? And that's why we pissed at the other Blacks, because they supposed to come help us deal with this. No, they come after we fought. They come on our backs, our blood, our sweat, our tears, and don't even mess with us. And that's what I can't stand about a lot of the Africans and Caribbean, because they only here because of us. Because if it was up to white America, they would not let their Black asses over here. They would never let a Nigerian over here under this government. That's why black immigrants is foul as hell to me. Because they over here offer our blood, sweat, and tears. But they act like they over here because whites got them over here. That's why brothers and sisters from African Caribbean and the Caribbean is foul. They foul as hell. They foul. They foul. Because they don't honor that we made it so they can come over here. They act like they're over here on their own. And now Trump want to throw the Haitians out. Now you get it. Now you get it. Now you get it. Trump got to throw you out for you to know where you at. The Haitians thought they was here on their own. Now Trump want to throw them out. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Why they didn't run their ass over here then? Where was the Africans then? Where was the Jamaicans then? Why they didn't run their ass over here then? Huh? Where's all these black immigrants running their damn mouth? Where was you? How the song goes, Stevie Wonder, where was you when I needed you last winter? Where was they then? Where was the Nigerians? Where was the Jamaicans then? Running their damn mouth. Talking shit. Do it look like we had any friends? Huh? It looked like we had African and Caribbean friends? Does it look like it? No, they didn't have it when I was coming up. That's when they was getting rid of it. They was getting rid of it when I was born. I was born when they was getting rid of that. That's what MLK was doing. So when I was born in the middle of getting rid of that. I was born in the middle of Rosa Parks and the civil rights. The civil rights got rid of whites only. So yeah, when I was a little kid, yes. When I was a little kid, blacks couldn't sit down on the bus. My mama couldn't sit down on the bus. My mama couldn't sit down on the bus when I was a little kid. And when we went to Alabama, we had to get off the road at about 4:30. They still had sundown towns. We didn't get free until 1970. It was whites only till 1970. This is what it was like when I was a little boy. She went to jail for sitting in that seat. She went to jail. So now, after we could sit in the seat, here come the Africans in the Caribbean. This is my beef with them. Where was the Africans in the Caribbean to help us fight that? I ain't trying to diss the brothers. I'm just saying where they was at. That's my beef with that's my beef. They wasn't there. This just us fighting for the rights to ride the bus, to be on the train, to be on the plane. This is the reason Nigerians can get on the plane. This is the reason Jamaica, these people are the reason Jamaicans can get on the plane and come here. Before these people, no black person would have been able to get on no plane. This my beef with black immigrants. This where me and black immigrants don't get along. On this picture right here. This my beef with black immigrants. They don't respect these people because before these people, the plane you came on was whites only. If you came in from Nigeria, if you came here from Jamaica, when I was a little boy, the plane was whites only. And foundational black Americans fought for your black ass to come over here. Including Umar relatives when they came up from Panama, whatever. He could shut the hell up. He can't tell me nothing. I fought for Umar people to come here. He not from here. He from Panama. And if it wasn't for me and my relatives, his black ass wouldn't have been able to come here. So we damn sure is on my turf. Umar's on my turf. You're not FBA. So shut up talking all that crazy stuff. You want to talk Africa, take your ass to Africa. Because if Umar take his ass to Africa, they is not going to consider him no damn African. They might play African with him, but they ain't not going to respect him as no African because he can't be no African over there. He got to be from a tribe. And he ain't from no tribe. And they not going to honor him. In Africa, he's a Fulani. He just talking. All pan, no African. He don't know nothing about that situation. Because he too busy taking people money for a school he ain't going to build. And he just rattling, and he ain't really got no real brothers that know the history challenger. He's always talking to people that don't know nothing about Pan-African. You don't never see him talk to nobody like me. Show me one time Umar ever talked to somebody like me. I'll embarrass him. First, I'll say you too fat to be a revolutionary. You can't run 2 blocks. That's the first thing. Shut up with all that King Kong of conscience. You're not King Kong. You're too sloppy. Belly too big. King Kong is all muscles. That's the first thing. Second thing, you're on my turf. I told him straight to his face. Umar, you on my turf. You're a visitor. I dare him to talk crazy. He don't run nothing in Chicago, Detroit, or nothing. He a visitor. He not us. He's a brother from across the water, but he not us. And he mad about it. But he only on our dime. If it wasn't for us, he wouldn't be here. That's my beef I got with black immigrants. If they think they here on their own, they think they here because they don't respect the people that made it possible for them to get on the plane, for them to go to a restroom. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't. They didn't have to experience this. When they asked come over here from Nigeria, Jamaica and stuff, it wasn't no more signs like this. They still got those towns because y'all been seeing all them black men they've been found strung up lately. A lot of them. Africans and Jamaicans going to find out because they catch them, they're going to string them up too. They're going to find out. Let me tell you something, man. The black immigrants is going to find out where they at. Just give it time. They're going to find out. They're going to find out the hard way. They don't know nothing. They also don't know, they don't run shit here, but they mouth. They hear, we give you a pass to walk around here. Period. Because if we don't care, the Europeans is not going to stand up for you. The Europeans respect Nigerians and them because of us. If they knew we didn't care nothing about you, they would do you dirty. But they figure we look at you as black and we're going to protect you. I'm telling you, if they knew this is what's going on right now, as Trump and them see FBA delineating, they say, oh, we could throw these Haitians and we could throw all these black immigrants out. Black Americans don't mess with them. And we don't. Because they ain't been no good brothers and sisters. They didn't come over here and help us. They had no mercy for us. They didn't come and say, man, these brothers and sisters been over here fighting. Let's go help them fight. Brothers and sisters come from the black immigrants come and compete with us. And we fighting against the system. And instead of fighting with us, you come and compete. And especially Nigerians, you made a lot of this happen. You was a slave port. Y'all got slave castles. In West Africa. A damn disgrace. Come up here with your nose in the air and you got slave castles. It making it look like you happy you sold slaves. That's what it looked like. Everybody in Nigeria brother said, Pharaoh, you didn't have to say that. Because we was talking, we was debating. I said, y'all was selling slaves, wasn't you? He's like, that's a low blow, my brother. He said, that's my man. He said, Pharaoh, that's a low blow. He said, that's a low blow, my brother. I said, man, you know, I got love for you. You know, you my man, but come on, bro. I'm trying to teach you so you go back and talk to the rest of Nigerians. He said, yeah, but I appreciate it, though. He said he appreciated it. I said, bro, go. I be hard on him because, he a friend of mine. He like a brother. I'll fight for dude and all that. But I'm telling him, bro, you got to go back and tell the Nigerians, bro. You can't just like me. You got to go tell your people the truth. Because I'm going to tell you something. Most people will be like, oh, FBA is fighting against immigrants. Let me tell you something. To the brothers and sisters that's black immigrants that came from other countries, you got to listen to us. If you do not listen to us, you are going to get mistreated. I don't give a damn how smart you are or how much money you make. If you don't listen to us, and white America see that y'all out there by yourself, they're going to throw y'all out. The only way they won't deport Africans and Caribbeans if they locked in with us. If they see, oh, they don't got no backup. I don't know what's wrong with them. You come to a country with 50 million black Americans that's standing strong, and you don't use us for backup. You take your little small crowd ass out here and thinking that you safe. And don't listen to the people that been here. Look at us like, oh, y'all lazy. Y'all just ain't made it because this and that. It's like, bruh, the Haitians going to find out. Many, many black immigrants going to be back where they came from, telling their people, we should have listened to the black Americans. We went over there acting funny, like that Haitian lady say, dirty, dirty black Americans. See what I'm saying? Until they ship her ass back to Haiti. And she really like, when she called us dirty black Americans, what a lot of people miss, she hurt the Haitians. See, they don't know. She hurt the Haitians. She didn't really hurt us. She took away a Haitian support system and left them out there by themselves. So when foundational black Americans see that and ICE and them come round you up, black Americans like, well, I'm dirty, so I know you don't want my help. See what I'm saying? Because they don't understand the European in America. This is why black immigrants is dumb. They dumb when it comes to America. I'm telling you. They have no idea. They actually letting white America see they don't like the other blacks. We know how that's going to go. They're going to run over you. Why would you let them know that? Crazy as hell. Every time an African or somebody get on the internet disrespecting us, you telling white America you don't got no backup. That's how they look at it. Oh, we could do them any kind of way. The black Americans ain't backing them. Oh, get them out of here. Because the only thing black immigrants got is us. Without our backing, you're done. But you don't know where you at. You think this is a cool place. But drive your car and let them catch you in the wrong place down south. All they know is you the N-word. They ain't gonna be like you not Nigerian or no. No. This is what the black immigrants don't know. When they catch you, you're not gonna be Jamaican, you're not gonna be Trinidad, you're not gonna be Ghanaian, you're not gonna be Nigerian, you're gonna be the N-word. Facts. That's what you gonna let them go ahead. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out you just like me. It's a shame that another people got to show you because you think you're different. You think you're something special. You think you're smarter. You over here. You're gonna find out. They gonna find out. They don't like you. They don't like a lot of races. Do not like you. You black. Duh. Over here, you're not Nigerian. You're not Jamaican. You're black over here. With somebody, am I lying? Chat, am I lying? You're not Jamaican up here. You an N-word. That's a fact. Here in America, you're not that. And so for us, we just got to do our own thing because other ones can bounce around. You know, you can run back to Jamaica. You can run back to Nigeria. I don't got nowhere to go. So we ain't on the same page. You can run back home. And then you could change. You could be African 1 minute, and then you could be black when it benefit. You're a black brother, you're a black sister 1 minute. The next minute, you were Senegalese, you know, or you Ghanaian. You know what I mean? So you could play. You could be black when it benefit, and then you could be some African group when it benefit. You can play. We can't do that. We just the same. You could teeter-totter. you could pick when you could be me 1 minute, and then you could be an African the next minute, or you could be me 1 minute, next minute you a Jamaican. You they bounce around. And I seen it firsthand as a roster because I was around a whole bunch of Jamaican rosters. It was a disgrace. The worst is the rosters. The worst is not the Nigerians, the Ghanaians. None of the Africans is the worst. The worst is the Jamaican rosters. Why? Because they talk black unity. Yeah, that's why they the worst. Them other ones ain't talking that. Nigerians ain't talking no black unity. They ain't doing reggae like that. Them Jamaican rosters is the worst black people in the world. The biggest hypocrites in the world is Jamaican rosters. Not all of them, but the majority of them. Because they talk that we are Africans, but they ain't Africans, they Jamaicans. They will not take their foot out of Jamaica. They talk that African shit, but they Jamaicans. And when they get to doing that reggae and stuff around them Europeans, they stop talking all that black stuff. When they're around black people, it's repatriation, Africa. When they get around the Europeans, it's Irie and one love. I said it's Irie, man, one love and Irie. They don't talk, they two-faced it as hell. They get on stage over here, it's black man get together in front of a black crowd, they get in front of white guys, I love for what we bring, just a love, love. I swear to God. I'm just looking at them. And they looking at me with discontent a little bit because they on my turf. And that's how I always dealt with black immigrants. I never really dealt with them on the black stuff. I always dealt with them like visitors. I always remind them, you know where you at, right? When I was in LA here and all that. You know where you at, right? These Crips and Bloods. We not yard men here. You forgot where you at. You in Compton, boy. You in LA. That's how I deal with black immigrants. I deal with them. You in my turf. Behave yourself. That's how I deal with them. I got love for you, but you in my turf. Period. You can't walk around here if I say you can't. Yeah, they got an on and off switch. Yes. And see, that's their fault because now with the Trump administration, they finna pay. Because Trump gonna throw them out.